Royal anger. Oprah's interview is the final nail in Harry and Meghan's coffin. Hello and a very warm welcome back to the Sussex Daily News Today channel. Harry and Meghan certainly have made a mess of things. He was once the golden boy, maybe a bit of a rogue, a brave soldier, politically incorrect, exactly like his grandfather Philip, or maybe not his grandfather, but really, who cares? Anyway, he was fun-loving and he was a perfect spare heir. Everybody wished him well, and everybody just hoped that he'd be able to settle down with somebody beautiful, charming, and someone who knew what to do between the marital bedsheets. So Catherine came from very humble origins, and she completely won our hearts. And we were hoping that Meghan would be gracious, supportive, and generous with her time. We were hoping that she would be able to learn the ropes and just come to grips with being someone whom we could look up to, because they didn't look down on us. In other words, we were hoping that she would not embody all of the worst American stereotypes. So when she did that first interview wearing the ring, what did she say? She said, "I look forward to seeing the Commonwealth." Well, I guess she didn't waste any time there. And who exactly was going to pay for that? And she had so much to say about how she was going to be treated, but mostly to Catherine's staff, who felt a bit intimidated by her. Of course, at first, that was something that we didn't know, and then tales of a feud between the brothers and the sisters-in-law were taken with a pinch of tabloid salt. But now it's looking like Meghan truly is as delusional as she was portrayed. She went into a family business that's been behind the wheel of the UK for 955 years, barring a 10-year driving ban in the 1650s. And Meghan really believed that she would be able to change everything, influence a family, and by extension, the Constitution of the UK. And she thought that millions of people were going to adore her for doing absolutely nothing. See, Meghan saw the royal family as just a bunch of rich kids wearing shiny hats. Now, British Republicans may want you to believe that, but in fact, the family actually has to work, and they have to keep the firm relevant. Meghan has screwed up everything, and because Harry is so loyal to his new wife, he's doing exactly the same. Meghan never read the manual, and now she is trapped under the IKEA wardrobe. She'll survive, but not in the way that she wanted to. They're only newsworthy when they're in the firm, but out of it, really, they're just tourists like the rest of everybody. Now, the couple has made many mistakes, but that Oprah interview has to be the worst. In that interview, they made unsubstantiated allegations against a mysterious member of the family, and by doing so, they threw the whole family under the bus. They whined that Daddy wasn't supporting them anymore. Oh yeah, poor Harry. He was only left multi-millions by his mother and the Queen Mother. He said that now Daddy isn't going to take his call, so he won't be able to sell the contents of the conversations, I guess. That somebody made a nasty comment about Archie's skin color before they even got married. Pretty unfortunate that Harry missed that bit before where Meghan said that the comment was made while she was pregnant. I think they need to be more careful in their rehearsals. And then Harry went along with Meghan saying that she was suicidal after nearly an entire year as a working royal. But she wasn't so suicidal that she was unable to go to the US with her buddies for that baby shower, go on several vacations, set up Archewell, deal with lawyers, patents, and trademarks to promote their brand, also arrange for a PR firm and agents, and arrange the move to Canada. But anyway, supposedly the both of them were just too incapacitated to pick up the phone and arrange a therapist, because apparently that was needed, and the nasty royals didn't do it for her. Harry tried his best to undermine and ruin the monarchy that his grandmother, the Queen, has spent 70 years serving, and at a time when Prince Philip, Harry's grandfather, was sick in the hospital. So yeah, I would think they're a bit upset, and if I were them, I would certainly cross him off the Christmas card list. So there were many lies that they told, but I think my favorite one was about getting Meghan help and therapy. I'm sure that Prince Charles put him in rehab at some point, and Harry said that he was in therapy at one point. He was trying to deal with his mother's death. So who exactly didn't allow Meghan to get help because it wouldn't look good for the family? I mean, who do you hate more, Harry, your daddy or your brother? We know exactly who Meghan Markle dislikes and who she's very jealous of. So I think the best joke I saw about all of this was that the real thing that somebody was concerned about when talking about the baby was that it might have Harry's ginger hair. I would love to see them file a lawsuit. Just show them that they mean business. I think that would use up a lot of Meghan Markle's money. And I do think Meghan and Harry would probably enjoy that. They could keep the PR machine going, and no doubt they might hit up their rich friends for some funds as well. And it might help keep them relevant. And it would also really help them with this victim mentality that they try to sell everybody. I hope that the palace doesn't do anything and all of this just fades away. Whatever they end up doing is, of course, going to be wrong somehow. And Oprah really should have done better. She should have questioned some of the absurd and unbelievable claims that they made in that interview. All that interview was a one-sided attack against the monarchy. Now, in my opinion, their goal is to destroy the monarchy. If Harry cannot become king, then I guess nobody can. Harry claims that he wouldn't dare disrespect his grandmother, but by attacking the monarchy, he's doing exactly that. It is a pretty sad state of affairs these days, and I really do feel sorry for the Queen, Prince Charles, and Prince William. If they remain silent, then they're going to be accused of being cold and not addressing the issues. But if they want to answer back, it's just going to start that Markle moaning machine up running again. So really, they are finding themselves in a no-win situation. So my hope is that the royal family might put an end to this by clearly giving the facts and not dressing anything up, just telling it like it is and talking about what exactly went on. The palace could address the fact that they lied, and then they could take their titles away and remove Harry from the line of succession once and for all. See, what they've done is basically equal to treason. But I think what bothers me the most is how allegedly intelligent people are just taking their words for gossip. They don't bother doing any kind of fact-checking. It seems like all those people are just completely morally bankrupt. They will do anything to get their faces in the news and make a buck. It is so shameful and despicable. And Oprah, well, she was just glad to help. What kind of person believes that it's okay to air your family's dirty laundry in public? It is really a messed up world that we find ourselves in today. But you know what? Karma can be a cruel mistress indeed. So we just have to sit back and wait and see what happens. I do hope that Oprah will regret the day that she agreed to do that interview. But this might begin a never-ending response from the Queen and initiate the royal soap of the century. See, in the end, the big losers would be the royal family because it's not possible to wrestle with insane, malicious people who would immediately create an impossible web of counter-accusations. Now, I did come to the realization that in this case, the old and tried slogan of the Queen, never complain, never explain, is really the best solution. So just allow other people, such as us or serious royal correspondents, to try to set things right. It's an impossible job because they constantly twist the narrative whenever it's not going their way. But anyway, some allegedly intelligent people perhaps might be believing them, but I don't think it's likely. And what those people are doing is just using those lies for their own profit, even knowing or at least suspecting that they are not true. And I do think that we need to trust Her Majesty's high diplomacy skills to see us and the royal family through all of this mess. We shouldn't try to rush things. She's going to proceed with calm and with grace, and she's going to do things at her own pace. I'm sure she's very well aware with her advisors that what we saw in the interview was a narcissistic discard. It was so full of spite and vitriol and rage and attempted control. It was just lashing out to try to cause maximum hurt and damage. The laughter as the credits rolled show how satisfactory this was to the three of them, the three perpetrators. But anyway, narcissistic collapse, deflation is a real thing. And we just need expertise and time. So I just hope that God can give Her Majesty the time that she needs. And I hope that she knows that the majority of the UK and really the majority of the people all around the world are standing with her. And what about you? What do you think about this couple? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section, and we can also talk about Meghan and Harry. If you think my video is interesting, remember to like and share it with anybody else who needs it anytime you want. And please click that subscribe button below to not miss any new updates from the Sussex Daily News channel. Now, thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye, and I'll be back to see you all tomorrow.